Bloodshot is now in theaters, and it stars Vin Diesel playing Ray Garrison. He is a slain soldier that is reanimated with superpowers. Joined with Vin Diesel, he has also Gonzalez, Sam Heughan from Outlander, Guy Pearce, and a slew of other actors and actresses. Done by the same writer who gave us Fantasy Island and Truth or Dare, and also the same writer who gave us Arrival and Bird Box. It's interesting. I'm just going to go right off the bat and say this, that every movie I see, I try to go in with whelming expectations. I try not to have all my expectations are like sky high, hype trained, but I also have it where I try not to have the expectations be really low and not looking forward to it. So I always try to be in the middle. I'm not even going to lie to you guys, though. Bloodshot, I was not looking forward to at all. I tried to go with an open mind, but I still was not excited because I don't like Vin Diesel. I really don't. And I'm letting you guys know all these biases so that when you guys hear everything I have to say, you know all my biases going into it. I'm just being honest. I don't like Vin Diesel. I just don't think he's a good actor, and I don't think he's a good action star either. So there's really nothing much to him. On top of that, the trailers for this movie looked really dull. It looked like something that was like a RoboCop knockoff. Of course, I know it's based on comics, which I haven't read. I know, I'm sorry. But that's just what it felt like. And I'll say this right off the bat that I think that the cast is definitely having fun. And I think that in a movie like this, it's really cool to see that occur because, you know, when you're on set all day and everything and for consecutive days, it's like, it's nice to have it where there's chemistry between these people. And I think that's really cool. I also think the sound mixing was good. I saw this movie in IMAX, and I definitely do think that the sound mixing for the movie is rock solid. Besides that, I thought this movie was terrible. I just gotta be blunt with you guys. I thought this movie was terrible. Vin Diesel really didn't give a good performance. In fact, I wasn't convinced at all by him. And again, maybe it's my bias that I just don't like him. But I always like to think that people can subvert your expectations in regards to that. You know, for sometimes there are actors and actresses where it's like, I don't like them. But then it's like, oh, wow, they gave a good performance, and I appreciate it. I didn't see a good performance of this movie from Vin Diesel. I saw him just playing Dominic Toretto, essentially, again. And I don't like Dominic Toretto, so it was just annoying for me. On top of that, that's not even, like, the biggest problem with this movie. The dialogue and the writing is crucially terrible. Holy cow. It's really bad. It's cheesy, and I know sometimes they're almost like, you know, kind of saying, hey, we're trying to be cheesy. But then a lot of the time it's like, I don't think you're intentionally being cheesy. I just think you are being cheesy. And it just feels like so cringe-inducing, honestly. On top of that, the humor really doesn't work. The story is like bottom of the barrel. Felt like it was a script from 30 years ago that just kind of got reworked so that Vin Diesel could be in it. You have cinematography that really isn't good. It honestly felt like it was shot by someone that worked with like Michael Bay and Tony Scott. And I'm not knocking those directors. I'm just saying that it felt like a knockoff of their style, but done in a way that really didn't feel organic and honestly felt poorly directed. And that's a shame, honestly, because with a movie like this, a lot of people are going into it expecting, at the very least, bare minimum, good action. This movie wasn't even able to capitalize on that. On top of that, you have a villain that I personally found was like laughable. You're also dealt a bad hand in regards to the pacing. This movie felt very disjointed with how it was going about everything, how it was feeding the information, everything. And in being a knockoff of other movies, you just have to sit back and basically wait for, you know, the characters to figure out everything because you already know what's going on. And I think that's really something that's very crucial with. There are so many times where characters spoon feed the audience, and sometimes they do it on repeat. And it's very unfortunate given the fact that, again, it's from one of the writers of Arrival. Arrival was a great movie. It was very well written. I don't know what happened. Maybe the writer who did Fantasy Island, Truth or Dare did most of the writing, but I just don't know what happened there. On top of that, the score is very dull. It's very flat, which is very unfortunate given the fact that it's an action movie. Again, a lot of disappointing elements with this movie. I really do wish that it's a movie that I can say, go see it, but I have to sit here and say, I can't say that. I really can't. It's a movie that I think that if you're looking for the lowest common denominator movie, that's fine. This movie will definitely fit that bill. But if you're looking for an action movie that actually has good action, a decent story, decent characters, and has a good ending, don't see this movie because it's the complete opposite of all of that. It's a movie that unfortunately is poorly executed, and I wish I liked it, especially given the cast minus Vin Diesel. But I gotta sit here and be honest with you guys, and that's why for me personally, Bloodshot, I'll be giving it a 1.5 out of 5-star rating. So yeah, that's my review on Bloodshot. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Bloodshot. If you read the comics, how does it compare to that? Kind of curious about that. But again, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys.